Hi guys, Dan Hanson, a senior economist at Bloomberg, was asked, how do you grow the economy? And he explained that consumer spending is not enough. You need to see two forms of investment, one being government and the other being private. However, we've seen over the last number of years how the Tory government is disinterested in spending public money for growth, but instead have pinned their hopes on the private sector doing so by reducing regulations and lowering taxes. He explained how the UK has lagged, and part of this is due to Brexit. Have a listen.
Yes. How do you grow the economy? I mean, this is like the gazillion trillion dollar question. Do we have a blueprint? Do you have a blueprint in mind of how this economy will fare over the next 2 to 3 years?
So over the next, as I say, in the near term, we are expecting quite significant weakness. I mean, I think the broader point here is around supply capacity in the UK economy, and that essentially tells you how fast it can grow in the medium term without stoking inflation. And I think the government has a role to play here around investment in particular, because it's not just about government investment and boosting that up to levels that will deliver a return. It's that has spillovers to the private sector, of course. Now, at the moment, of course, with interest rates high, you might argue there's not a good rate of return on these investment projects. But for me, at least, I think longer term, and whoever the new government is after the next election, investment is a really key part of it, because in the UK, we've just lagged for so long on that front, not only on the government side, but also on the business investment side. And that was some part of that was to do with Brexit. But the hope is that in time, if we can get that side of the economy going, we can't just be a consumer spending-led economy. We need to focus on investment and getting that going, and that will lift, hopefully, the supply capacity of the economy.
If you think of government investment as infrastructure, like airports, seaports, research and development, if you think of it as like the foundations of a building, you need those, and then you can build upon that. And as he pointed out here, if you have government investment, it spills over into the private sector. If you upgrade infrastructure, upgrade airports, seaports, infrastructure itself, this will attract investment because businesses will see this is a place to invest. There are good connections here. There is research and development going on in the area, close to a university, for example. So if you do that, if the government invests in the first place, then it will generally attract private investment, and that creates jobs as well. But at the moment, the Tories are doing the opposite. They're saying, well, let's not invest public money in this. What we're going to do is we're just going to cut red tape regulations for businesses and allow them to invest instead. But they're not doing that. Now, we would hope that a future Labour government will do the opposite of the Tories. They will invest in infrastructure, upgrading ports, seaports, whatever, investing in research and development, and this will attract private investment. But we're always facing the Brexit paradox. The Brexit paradox being that no matter how much you invest, you're still going to be hamstrung by the fact that the UK is outside the single market and the EU. Because you can invest the government can invest as much as you want. You can try and attract private investment, but private companies are not going to invest, not going to set up businesses there if they know that they're not going to be able to access the workers they need, or if they are going to struggle to import the raw materials they need, and they're going to struggle, therefore, to sell their products to the main market, that being the single market. So we would hope that the government will change direction going forward, invest, attract private investment, and then this will create jobs. But you need to bring down barriers to trade, and you need to make it easier for new businesses and also existing ones to attract the staff they need. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.